Welcome back. I was growing more impatient with my farming level, so I decided to buy and plant some pineapple trees in the meantime. This way I don't have to wait on animals growing up, I just have to wait for a few trees. But some of them did die. Luckily enough of them survived, so I was able to get 54 farming and finally unlock the ability to raise chinchompas. And here's where we got the level in beautiful Karamja. Also, checking a fruit tree on Karamja wasn't an achievement task, so we got that done with. Here's what our stats are looking like. There hasn't been a significant amount of change since the last video, just a little bit of levels here and there. Most importantly was the farming level that we got, and because we can now raise chinchompas, I had already bought some crystal skill chompas from the Grand Exchange, and we're going to check them and see if they're male and female. Hopefully we get 2 males and 2 females. I was lucky enough that I did get 2 males and 2 females from just 4 skill chompas. So we're going to have these things in the small pens. We also have the animals being able to breed in small pens perk purchase. So they'll be breeding there, we'll be checking them and selling them for beans. Adolescent skill chompas sell for about 250 beans each, plus or minus a few percent based on what traits the buyer wants. When they breed and we have another breeding pair, we'll throw them into the breeding pen. And when we get enough beans to buy the farmhand who collects bred animals, we'll do that so we can make some gold from selling unchecked skill chompas. As you can see, we have the perk where animals can breed in small pens. 1,000 beans is a small investment. So the Grand Party event had this thing in Lumbridge Crater, which basically you could AFK and get runecrafting or summoning XP. The event is now over as of the recording of this video, but I did take advantage of the AFK summoning experience when I was editing and commentating other videos, so at the end of this event, I'll have ended with a pretty decent summoning level. We'll touch on that later. We want to get back to quests though. Dwarf Cannon. Now I want to be able to get the cannonball ammo mold because I know that making cannonballs is a very AFK way of leveling smithing and making some easy money. I think I just found my new profile pic. So we finished the quest, and we can now put the ammo mold in our tool belt. And when we finish the medium Mauritania tasks, we'll be able to smelt cannonballs twice as fast in the Port Phasmatis furnace. So here's an interesting way of getting super compost when you really don't want to buy it. Get yourself a compost mound familiar, some of its scrolls, a bunch of buckets, and a compost potion off the Grand Exchange. Basically, the compost potion can turn an entire compost bin into super compost with 1 dose. The compost mound familiar can fill the compost bin to full and make it ready to harvest immediately. You add the compost potion to it and you get 15 super compost immediately. So I used that a few times and I got myself about 60 super compost for basically no cost whatsoever. The usual method for getting super compost is buying pineapples from Arheim and filling up the compost bins with that, or stealing them from Cruis elves on my Iron Man. Unfortunately, I need super compost now, and I don't have the requirements to thieve Cruis elves. I think one of the limitations is not being able to go to Prifddinas or something like that, among other things. Don't forget to do your caches. Is it Myrek or Myreki? I think I've heard it pronounced both ways by JMods, and I'm never sure which one it is. Either way, we're going to go help them. We're going to go find them, actually. In 8 of the Myrek is after this one, but we're going to find them first. And I'm sure nothing will go wrong when we find them, right? So something went wrong, and the guy who gave us the quest to go find these guys showed up, and it turns out he's a Batman. And he killed some of them. And then he sicked his skeleton dog at us. It's a good boy, but it's a problem. I mean, we have to put it down. Oh, sick, rubies. Quest is completed. Dog is dead. There are a lot of quests in RuneScape where you have to kill someone's dog. I haven't done Fight Arena yet, but when we do, we're gonna have to kill another dog. Now it's time to help the Myrek because we've done so much good for them already. I'm sure they will be more than happy to have us interfere with their operations in Mauritania once again. The combat here is pretty tedious since you can only use a silver sickle to fight the vampires. Fortunately, they don't do that much damage back to you, and they don't all attack you at the same time. I didn't bring any food because I forgot to. And they're little cowards, so they run away when they have about 500 HP left. Admittedly, I'd probably do the same thing. The XP rewards from this quest aren't that great. However, it gives us access to temple trekking, which is really useful in Iron Man because it gives you access to things like bowstrings, but the primary reason for us unlocking it right now is so we can complete the Morytania Easy Diary. We start our first temple trek by escorting the Easy companion, Dean Velio, to Petadomus. If you weren't aware, these are what some of the rewards are. Prior to the mining and smithing rework, this was basically the meta for Iron Man at low levels to train crafting. You would get silver from temple trekking, then turn into tiaras. Continuing our quest to do the Morytania Easy Diary, we are going to do Ghosts Ahoy so we can have access to Port Phasmatis without having to pay Ecto tokens to get in, and by completing the quest we also get the Ecto Vial, which helps us teleport to Port Phasmatis very, very quickly. Now, as a video creator, I feel like I am obligated to warn you that the next thing you're about to see is a bit spooky. Steel yourself. Ugh. Spooky. With Necrovarus defeated, and the ghosts of Port Phasmatis able to move on to the other side if they so wish, we claim our reward from Valeria and move on to the next quest, Creature of Frankenstrain. When I first started playing this game, I had no idea how to level farming, but I knew that some quests gave farming XP, specifically Garden of Tranquility, but I had to do Creature of Frankenstrain before I could do Garden of Tranquility. As a result, the farming skill and Creature of Frankenstrain are inextricably linked in my mind. It's a bit strange, but that's just the way my brain works. Perhaps my brain is also pickled, just like Lord Rologarth's. With all the necessary quests completed and all the necessary tasks completed, we're able to collect the Morytania Legs 1 and the lamp that comes with the completion of the task set. Now, the Morytania Legs 1 aren't really that great. You can get more fungus, you have less chance of gas attacking you, and you get some more temple trekking rewards. That's not specifically why I want to do it. I want Morytania Legs 2. We don't have the skills or quests done to get them yet, but we'll get them eventually. This is just the first step in, well, I guess one more step. This footage was recorded in January, and I wanted to complete Beneath Cursed Tides and do the monthly D&D before the month rolled over. I'm recording this audio on February 2nd, so this is going to go up in February. Just know that at the time of the video recording, it was January 24th or 25th. We close up the oyster and we'll find out what we get in another month, which is going to be 2 videos from now. I thought it was high time I started fishing. I have a bunch of fishing urns and a bunch of feathers. I want to get some fishing XP, especially when I was recording this footage. It was the week of Gathering Skills, so Gathering Skills had a bit of an XP boost. So I figured, get the low levels out of the way while we get a little bit of extra XP, right? I unfortunately don't have access to Shiloh Village yet, so I can't really bank these fish right now. It's a shame too, because raw fish, 400 or 500 gold each at a minimum, like salmon and trout, are barely used for anything except dragon food, and any other player-owned farm animals that eat fish. I think it's just dragons. I'm not sure if any other animals eat fish. I know the dinosaurs eat meat, but for some reason Jagex doesn't think fish is meat, even though fish is quite obviously meat. It don't grow out of the ground, it ain't growing off a tree, it ain't a fruit, it ain't a vegetable, fish is meat. Dinosaurs should be able to eat fish. I decided to take a break from fishing, and I went to do some archaeology. I got 40 archaeology, well actually 41, but at 40 you can get your first qualification rank in the Archaeology Guild, which was formerly known as the Dig Site, but is still the Dig Site. With the new qualification, we can now send out research teams, kind of like player-owned ports, and they'll basically come back with archaeology materials and XP. The problem is it costs chronotes, and chronotes aren't that cheap, especially if you want to have a research team out all the time. So I'm not going to focus too much on it, but we can do it. So that's good. Look at us, we're an assistant, going up the ranks, paying ridiculous tuition fees. Look at that. We'll also grab the Madoc Precision upgrade while we're here. So I'm finally doing a Slayer task. My first task was to kill Pyre Fiends. So I pulled together a crappy range set and a 2-handed mithril crossbow since my range level is very low. And I decided to kill them, just so we can clear up our task and then get a new task from Vanica. We want to do the Easy Varrock achievement task set, and to do that we need to get a Slayer task from Vanica. This task also got us 39 Slayer. Clap. The task we got from Vanica was Crocodiles. We'll do that at some point in the future. Lost Her Marvels is one of the mini quests we can do after we do the Buyers and Sellers quest. We want to do it just for some Thieving XP. Basically, we get about 10,000 thieving XP, which isn't too bad. We steal from men, liberate belongings from hand members, turn a farmer's things into our things, repeatedly touch a master farmer's butt, have some fun in the sun with our hands in the pockets of some palace guards, and make some friends with people in Varrock. And the Thieves Guild rewards me heartily. I started doing sinkholes. I never much cared for sinkholes because I don't really like competitive play. And the entire thing can fall apart right at the end when somebody uses a card and steals your stuff. But I'm still going to do it because it's some good XP, and even if you get a terrible reward, it's still better than no reward at all. And not doing sinkholes is no reward. It takes about 5 minutes to do. The only reason not to do it is if you forget. Or if you hate it, which I kind of do. So I don't always do sinkholes. I'm probably going to forget to do sinkholes. I doubt I'm ever going to do sinkholes. What Lies Below is required for a few tasks in the Varrock achievement set, which means we have to do it if we want to do the easy Varrock achievement diary. It's an easy enough quest, and it gives 8,000 runecrafting XP, which, when the quest first came out, RuneSpan didn't exist, so it was a nice amount of XP, because runecrafting used to suck. So here's a fun method for mining. Get yourself a perfect Juju mining potion, not a regular Juju mining potion like I did in the video, but with a perfect Juju mining potion and Runite Stone Spirits, or any Stone Spirits really, in this case Runite Stone Spirits. When you get the ore, your stamina refills. So if you can mine the ore before your stamina depletes, you basically can AFK the whole time. And Stone Spirits generally don't cost more than the ore itself, so you're not losing money by using the Stone Spirits. You might lose a little bit of money from the Juju potion, but I mean, the ore is going to cover the cost of that regardless. One potion, 4 doses, it's about 40k, so it's 10k for an hour. Anybody can make 10k an hour doing anything in this game. Getting gold in this game is super easy. I realized there was some mining and smithing XP, and some mining and smithing bonus XP I could get from doing What's Mine Is Yours and some of the mini-quests afterwards, so I stopped mining for a bit and decided to start doing this quest, and as many of the mini-quests as I possibly could. What's Mine Is Yours, for the first one you get the Goffinan Amulet, and every subsequent mini-quest you do adds some charges to the Goffinan Amulet, and with that amulet you can add bonus XP into either mining or smithing. I opted to go for smithing for all of them. On the way, I noticed I had a god statue I hadn't completed. Remember, this was back in January. I wanted to do it before the reset, so we did it, finished it up, got some construction and prayer experience, great. Continuing onward with Doric's tasks, they're pretty easy, you just smith some stuff, bring it to some people. Boric's tasks are also easy, you basically go mine some stuff in some places. Frankly, Boric's tasks are even easier because you don't have to smith anything, you just go mine some stuff. But it's all trivial anyway. I have a bunch of clips of all the tasks that I've done. I'm not going to try to make up stuff to talk about while I show all the clips of all the tasks being completed and being accepted. So I'll just say I did all the ones that I could do at this point, which was up to, I believe, 60 smithing. Which means I still have, I think, 2 more tasks left that I didn't do yet. I'll do them when I get to a high enough level. So I did a bunch of mining, and we're going to end this video off with smithing once again. This seems to be pretty much a pattern. When I don't want to do quests and I just want to relax, I go and mine, and then after I'm done mining, I realize I got a bunch of ore that I should use, so maybe I should go smith. Either way, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. Take care.